You probably said hi to your neighbor this morning, even if you didn't want to. You don't even really like your neighbor, or know anything about him or his life. You probably don't even know his full legal name. Yet you greeted him anyway, mumbled something about the weather, and walked off feeling nothing. Your body just logged that interaction, and acted on it. Right now, because of that one hello you might see as pointless, a set of genes in your body is behaving differently than it was yesterday. You didn't approve this. Nobody asked you. This is a deeply annoying thing to learn about yourself, so settle in. You probably think your immune system only cares about the serious stuff, right? The type of food you eat, whether you sleep for 4 or 10 hours, whether you ever go for a run or hit the weights. Turns out, it cares about those things too. But it's also tracking something far more embarrassing, whether you, personally, said words to another human being today, and it has opinions about your answer. It turns out that being introverted and minding your own business might not be that good for you. Number 1. The experiment that kicks all this off, which kind of sounds made up. So back in 2026, 3 scientists grabbed 119 people and split them into 2 groups. The first group got what might be the worst homework ever assigned. For 6 weeks, just act more extroverted. Talk to people, start conversations, become, temporarily, the kind of person who says, "We should hang out sometime," and possibly even mean it. The second group did nothing different. They just wrote down what they got up to each day. Nobody was told to actually feel sociable, by the way. They just had to fake it well enough to count. Think of it like doing a pro wrestling promo as an introverted person. Now, everyone gave little drops of blood to the science peoples throughout the experiment, because your blood snitches on which of your genes are switched on at any given moment. And 6 weeks later, the people who'd been faking it had a real, measurable change in their immune genes. Meanwhile, the group that changed nothing got nothing in return. So sit with that for a second. As you, not as some study. If you spent 6 weeks forcing small talk you didn't mean, your own genes would probably have shifted. Your body would have quietly rewarded a performance you kind of hated. Number 2. What actually changed inside the test subjects? And yeah, we're going to use the real scientific term here. The thing that shifted is called your Conserved Transcriptional Response to Adversity, CTRA for short. That's the official name for what amounts to your body's built-in panic setting. But strip the fancy name off and it gets pretty simple. Your immune system more or less runs in 2 modes. The first one is panic mode. That's inflammation, swelling, all the angry red stuff your body does when you're actually injured. The second is patrol mode, the calmer setting that wanders around inside you hunting for viruses. It can't really run both at full power at once, so it picks one depending on how your life seems to be going. And the way it decides is a little ancient and frankly, kind of dumb. When your body concludes you're alone, it assumes you're alone in the old caveman sense. No tribe, no backup, probably about to get jumped by something with teeth. So it cranks up panic mode to brace for injuries, and lets patrol mode kind of slack off. The problem is, you're not in any danger. At least, I hope so. You're probably on your couch, possibly watching this, or playing some video games or something. Your body just never got that update, and it's been prepping for a wolf attack that is absolutely not coming. So the actual question those 2026 scientists were asking is one you're now kind of stuck with too. If feeling lonely can shove your body into panic mode, can faking a social life nudge it back the other way? Even if you're faking it as badly and as resentfully as you're imagining right now. Number 3. How a fake hello does literally anything. Stay with me here. This part takes a second to click. So way down at the controls, there are 2 main switches running the show. One's called NF-κB, the other's called IRF. These are real names, picked by real scientists who presumably had other options. NF-κB cranks up the inflammation, so let's just call it the panic switch. IRF boosts your virus defenses, so that one's the patrol switch. When you feel lonely, the panic switch is stuck on, and the patrol switch is more or less dozing. Then you go and act sociable, and somewhere in all that, you end up feeling a little less alone. Your body picks up on that, figures the threat level has dropped, and starts to relax. The panic switch eases off. The patrol switch perks back up. And the genes just follow whatever the switches are telling them. And the 2026 team could actually see this whole chain playing out. The people faking extroversion reported feeling less lonely. And that drop in loneliness explained a big chunk of why their genes moved. You do something, the something shifts a feeling, and the feeling reaches all the way down to which of your genes are switched on. That's a pretty terrifying amount of power for a hello you didn't even mean. Number 4, and this is the part that for some may feel like a personal attack. You don't have to mean any of it. The people in that study were never told to become warmer, more open, more emotionally available human beings. They were just told to act sociable on the surface, and that was the entire assignment, and their immune systems completely fell for it. No receipt, no follow-up questions. Your body responds to what you actually do out in the world. It has no real access to your inner monologue, your sincerity, or the quiet resentment you're carrying through every interaction. It just sees you out there making mouth sounds at other people and assumes life must be going pretty well. You could say hi to 3 people you have no real feelings about, feel absolutely nothing the whole time, and your white blood cells would still throw you a little party for being so popular and well-adjusted. And then, just to keep things fair, your body turns around and betrays you the other way too. About a month after the experiment wrapped up, the scientists checked in one more time, and the gene changes were just gone. The moment people stopped faking the social life, their bodies slid right back into panic mode, like nothing had happened. So you get 0 credit for that one good month. Your immune system really does not care who you used to be. It only cares about what you're doing lately, which is kind of rude, but also weirdly hopeful, because it means you're never actually stuck. The settings can move again in a couple of weeks, in whichever direction you point them. And this is way bigger than one dramatic afternoon on the couch. In some of the older research, lonely monkeys stuck in panic mode were given a virus, and it spread through them noticeably faster than it should have. And in humans, the United States Surgeon General has straight up said that being chronically disconnected is about as bad for you as smoking up to 15 cigarettes a day. Your body is treating your loneliness like an actual emergency. This entire time you've been telling yourself you're totally fine on your own. Which leaves you in a slightly uncomfortable spot. Your body has been keeping a running tally of how connected you really are, and adjusting your health to match, without ever once checking in with you about it. It noticed every awkward hello. It noticed every week where you didn't talk to anyone, except maybe a cashier. It might have a clearer read on what you need than you've ever had on yourself. You don't have to like that. You're probably going to text someone back tonight anyway. Out of spite, mostly. And weirdly, that still counts.